When I say the words lab-grown organs, what do you think of? Maybe an experiment gone wrong, or a throwback to Dr. Frankenstein and his monster. But what if I were to tell you that scientists across the world are actually growing tissues in their lab to save the lives of millions of people across the world? Sounds crazy, right? But what if this was true? Through a process known as tissue engineering.
Tissue engineering is a scientific field which utilizes a combination of cells, scaffolds, and biochemical growth factors to improve damaged tissues or organs. Through cells, scientists are able to create a starting point for the genetic material needed to form functioning tissues. These cells are retrieved from a variety of sources, the first of which are autologous cells, which are cells from the same individuals of which reimplantation will occur. The process consists of collecting stem cells from an individual, processing them, and then reinfusing the cells back into the individual. Another example are allogeneic cells, which are donors from other humans that are tested for compatibility within the patient. There are also xenogeneic cells, which are donors from animal species, such as pigs, to create implanted tissues like cardiovascular implants.
You may be asking, what happens to these cells after the scientists receive them? To answer that question, we would have to go right to the source itself.
Now that we're here, let's look at where the cells are placed. Scaffolds are natural and or synthetic materials such as collagen, polyesters, and polylactic acid, which mimic extracellular interactions to allow for new tissue formation. When the cells are implanted into the scaffolds, a cocktail of growth factors can be introduced, which will allow for a tissue to develop on its own through self-assembly.
But what happens if you can't get the right scaffold? Was all of that work to get those cells for nothing? No.
Scientists have actually created another method, completely removing the original cells from a donor organ so that the collagen remaining acts as a new scaffold.
But why is all of this so important? Well, think of today's times.
Living in the global pandemic of COVID-19, millions of people around the world have become susceptible to severe respiratory problems such as lung failure. Organ donor waiting lists have become extremely long worldwide, and it often seems hopeless to think of receiving the necessary organ transplants that one needs. However, as tissue engineering continues to improve, we can look to a future where instead of waiting for a recently donated organ, scientists can use your cells to make you a completely new organ.
Sounds amazing, right? Well, it's all possible thanks to tissue engineering, a future where we can use science to save the lives of innumerable people across the world. Thanks for watching.